Okay, so November 25th, 2021, and so it begins. We've got rain for the next week, people. Okay, now this water last week went into my laundry room. Alright, so anyway, I've got a little fish pump here that we use to pump out onto the road. You can see the hose going. Okay, so I don't know. I'm going to do a little video in memory of Pastor Granny because she did pass away, people. So hold on. Okay, so as the rain comes down, my son and I were going to try and do something with this leak from the roof, but besides that point, you see all this? This is cranberries. Right? Pastor Granny's daughter gave this to me. So anyway, I'm going to be doing some cranberry stuff. So hold on. Okay, so we're going to get on with a little in memory of Pastor Granny here. You can see this is all spinach, right, people? So what I'm going to do, well, that's herb salad. Well, there's a lot of spinach in here. There's spinach. Anyway, I'm cooking up the spinach first. Hold on. Okay, so I took everything that was basically there except for 2 containers that has like a little salad mix. But I did put some of that salad mix in here. It doesn't matter because it had spinach. It's all going to get cooked up, right? So, hold on. Okay, and then we got some organic sunflower seeds here. You can see 6 bags full. This one's a different brand. But other than that, all these other ones are the same. Right? So what I'm doing is I'm vacuum sealing. And then I'm going to freeze them, people, because that will preserve them for the longest amount of time. And then after I take them out, you bring them up to room temperature, and then put them in a jar, and put them in the fridge. Oh yes, and I forgot to mention, this is for that hippocampus, the part that, you know, takes the short-term memory and just kind of receives the information, and then it just holds it there until you go to sleep. And then when you go to sleep, there's another part of your brain that kicks in and takes that information that you learned during the day and puts it into long-term memory. Well, here's something for your short-term and long-term memory. As I'm working with microgreens, even though I haven't planted anything yet, you can freeze the microgreen seeds. Right? The majority say yes. There's a few that say, better not. But mums, for example, that have organic seeds for planting for microgreens, they recommend freezing their seeds. Well, anyway, after you freeze the seeds, okay, you don't, and then you want to use, say you want to use some, okay, you take it out of the freezer, you put it down on the counter, and you let it come to room temperature before you open it. When it's at room temperature, then you open it, you take your seeds out, then you close it, and then you put it back in the freezer. Otherwise, if you open it when they're frozen and they're really like that, something happens with the moisture where it can actually, I don't know, destroy your seeds. So you don't want to open this. Say you freeze this. It would be the same principle. This is what I'm trying to say. Okay? You freeze these. These are seeds. Okay? Before you put them in your jar and then in the fridge after the fact of taking them out of the freezer. What you would do is you would take these out of the freezer and you would let them completely unthaw and pretty much come to room temperature. Like, you know, ambient temperature. Okay? The ambient air temperature in the house, right? Then you would open up your package, then you would put it in the jar, and then you would put it in the fridge, or you could leave it on the counter, but I would put it in the fridge, right? And then this way, you're not going to get excess moisture in the jar because of the freezing process. That is the theory, and that's what you do with microgreen seeds. You freeze them. When you want to use them, you bring them out, you let them come to ambient temperature, then you open your bag or whatever it is, then you take your seeds out, then you put it all back into the freezer, and your seeds should be fine. Okay? But if you open it halfway through that process, before the container becomes at an ambient temperature and everything's unthawed, you're going to introduce moisture, air. Air will breed moisture, which will affect your seeds. Okay? That's for your hippocampus. and then it's going to be stored tonight into your long-term memory. Okay, so you can see what's going on here. I brought out another bottle of vodka. I should have some vanilla beans around here. I'm going to make another batch of vanilla extract, right? And I brought up 2 jars of the vanilla extract that I made a long time ago. And I got little bottles, so I'm going to try and fit that in. And I'm going to fill up those, and anyway, I'm going to give one to April and one to Lucy so they can test it out, right? Hold on. Okay, so in memory of Pastor Granny, so I vacuum sealed them, you can see, and then I put them just in a straight up plastic bag. Now I'm going to take them downstairs and I'm going to put them in the freezer, okay? All I could find when I first started to make a vanilla extract, I bought this. I paid something like $72 for this thing. Anyway, I never opened it. Wow. I think it was $72 and then I paid half price because it was on sale because it was coming to its due date or something. Anyway, I've never used it, you can see. So I think if we're going to do this, this is what we're going to use because I thought I had more, but I don't know, maybe I moved them off someplace else. This is all I have. So between these two, we're going to make a couple more jars of vanilla extract. Okay? So hold on a minute. I'm going to go now, I'm going to take these downstairs, and then I'm going to get into some pressure canning here, okay? Because I don't want nothing to go to waste, people. After the assessment with what the government is doing with the flooding and all this, we're going to have a shortage with certain vegetables, and, you know, blueberries are going to be more expensive next year because something like 57 blueberry farms got wiped out. All the cabbage got wiped out. All the broccoli got wiped out. A whole other bunch of stuff got wiped out. Now, that's not every farm in the province of British Columbia, Canada, but that's a lot of farms, people. So anyway, hold on. Okay, so here's what's happening. Thank God I have jars. I am canning these for the most part, right? Because you can see there's a fair amount here, okay? Right? So those are getting canned, right? I'm going to can carrots. I'm going to can parsnip. You can see, right? I still have some here. Oops, sorry, wandering eye. And I've got carrots here, and I think, carrots somewhere else, okay? But these ones for sure, I'll can, okay? This I'm canning for sure. I have a whole bag down here, right? You can see, of peppers. Now, because they're coming near the end of their time, they're not going to hold up for anything outside of, you either cook them up now and eat them, or in this case, I'm going to dehydrate them. Now, I may put some red pepper in with this, or maybe with the carrots or something. I'm thinking about it. Obviously, we're looking at a lot of prep work here, but the point is I don't want it to go to waste, people, right? And at this point, with everything going on, you know, it's very hard for Pastor Granny's daughter to you know, carry on, right? She's going to have to now bury her mother. So she came to my house, right? And then, yeah, you can see, right? But Pastor Granny has given me food like this before. She, you know, the boxes of corn, the boxes of yam, right? I think there's some potatoes. I do have red potatoes, which I'm going to can because I have other potatoes. You can can red potatoes, no problem. They hold up pretty good to canning. So the few red potatoes that I have, I will also be canning those. Okay, hold on. Okay, so there's that miscellaneous mixed greens. It tastes like spinach, people. Okay. I know there's lettuce in there, but it's still good. Trust me, it tastes like spinach. And once you put salt, a little bit of butter, a little bit of vinegar, oh man, it's so good. So all you have to do is just take it in steps, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start first. What am I going to start with? I'm going to bag this up and get it in the freezer. I've been draining it, so it's good now pretty much to bag up. And then I'm probably going to start with the peppers and get them ready pretty much for the dehydrator, and maybe leave a few out for in between whatever it is that I'm canning, right? Hold on. Okay, so in memory of Pastor Granny, the last time I seen Pastor Granny, she gave me bread, and I put the bread in the fridge, okay? Anyway, it's been there for a while, right? Almost pushing 2 weeks, eh? So I brought it out, and I'm drying it. And when Pastor Granny's daughter came over, she gave me a few more loaves of bread. So I'll probably be dehydrating some of that bread. Well, not dehydrating, but drying. And then putting into crumbs, because once you do that, you put it away in a jar, it lasts a long, 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 long time. Okay? And I think British Columbia, Canada is going to be going into a wheat shortage here very, very soon, because a lot of, you know, like on the farms where the animals were, all their feed has been destroyed. They had to intercept, the government had to intercept a barge that was going to China that had wheat on it in order to be able to, you know, put it back where the animals were being relocated. So whether that's cows, chickens, you know, pigs, whatever. So, you know, a lot of, throughout the whole province, wheat supplies have been, like, completely ruined. So I'm glad I bought my wheat when I did buy it, people, because I don't know. I don't even know if you could order it right now. Apparently the milk that I ordered is on backlog from Montreal, so I think everybody's swarming that company. Okay, I just don't have the stamina like the good old days, but besides that point. I washed these peppers. I'm going to try something different here. I'm going to put my oven. I still don't have my element in my oven, but anyway, I'm going to try and use my convection oven, and I'm going to char these, right? Blister them up, char them. Hopefully it will work. I'm not sure. And then you peel off the skin for the most part. You decore it, and then you fold them up, and you put them in your jars, and you can them that way. And it's 35 minutes for a pint. Now I've got red potatoes here that I can do 35 minutes for a pint. So I'm probably going to do these, get them ready, and then I'm going to work on the potatoes, and I'm going to see if I can get these and the potatoes into the canner before I do those. Okay, so these are the red potatoes. Now I've got other potatoes, right? But red potatoes are the ones that can the best. So in memory of Pastor Granny, okay? Okay. Okay, so I think my battery might be running out here. I'm not sure. Anyway, you can see what I've done here, right? That's pretty juicy. I picked off the skin, took out the seeds. I'm going to can that, right, people? And then we've got the red potatoes. Okay, I've already cut them, getting ready to go. Now I have to wash jars. See? In memory of Pastor Granny. What are they doing? Okay, so you can see what I've done. I've washed the jars. So after a little while, I'll turn them upside down, right? And then they'll air dry. I want all the water just to go faster this way. I washed these jars. I'm impressed with the canned pepper. Right? So I have maybe enough peppers for 2 more jars, which I'm probably going to do today. Right? I have the asparagus that I'm going to do today, for sure. Then we've got a box of ginger that I'm going to dehydrate, but I don't have to do that today. I did my red potatoes, so I'm happy with that. Right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 jars. Right, of red potatoes, so I'm happy with that. And then we have the carrots and the parsnips, right, which I will end up doing a little bit, right, because that's what I want, because we like this, when I make gravies and stuff and open up a canned meat, just, or whatever, it's nice, right, and you know, I already have dehydrated peppers, so I can see myself using this with some meat, right? Or maybe a squash with brown sugar, and garlic. Oh, that would be good. Oh, so when you wash your lids, try and dry them as fast as you can, right? Because if they sit like this for any length of time wet, they can quickly start to rust. Just saying. Right? So, you know, it's worth the effort to air dry them out after you wash them before you stack them, right? I will be using these same lids for all these jars, right? And then as I go through, after these are done, my other jars that I have my spices in, you know, whatever, right? I will just put them in these. The only thing I'm losing are the labels that and then I'll have to rewash the jar. And then I have extra jars because I'm running out of jars. What's new? I'm always running out of jars, right? So hold on a minute. Okay, you can see what I've done so far. Now I'm going to turn these over, right? Now I'm going to start peeling carrots and parsnips. And that's what I'm going to can first. And then asparagus. Well, asparagus first or carrots first. Maybe asparagus first. Maybe I'll do the asparagus first. And as the asparagus is cooking, then I'll peel the carrots and the what is that called? Parsnips. I'm going to can those. And then after that, I have to can cranberries. I have a whole box of cranberries, people. Right? And then, of course, we still got the ginger that I'm going to dehydrate. And I'm doing the spruce needles, right? Which are high in vitamin C. Although pine needles have more vitamin C. Okay? So, just saying. Okay? So, and then as these dry, I'll be filling up these as well. Hold on. Okay, so parsnips, carrots. These I'm going to have to do something else with. There wasn't, right? So anyway, I get 3 jars out of it anyway. And then what I'm going to do after I can these, whatever's left, I'm going to cook them for the most part, right? And then I'm going to mash them as best as I can, because we know that as it goes down the stalk, it gets stringy, right? So I'm going to mash out what I can, and then I'm going to dehydrate them and make an asparagus powder with it. But that's after I've cooked them, okay? So in the meantime, I think that's pretty good. Thank you very much, Pastor Granny, in the memory of Pastor Granny. Okay, so I'm going to be ending this video after I get on with cranberries. However, underneath my sink, all my pipes are rotting out, and I have to turn off my hot water. And even then, the pipe is still dripping. I got up this morning and there was water all over my floor. I already had a bowl underneath there catching water. Now I've got 2 bowls underneath there catching water. A plumber has to come and do the whole fucking thing, man. I'm telling you, people. Anyway, I'm washing my dishes in cold water. And when I want to wash something greasy, I'm going to boil some water. Okay, that's the way I'm going to deal with this problem. In the meantime, I'm filling up my beautiful, beautiful jars. Okay, you can see what I'm doing here. We've got our black peppercorns in this jar. We've got our green peppercorns in this jar. For whatever reason, even though I paid good money for white peppers, I didn't get nearly as much. Yeah, okay. So, hold on. What we got here is our red potatoes, and I want to do some more peppers, so I'm going to try and see if I can do pepper today, right? But there's only so much energy, and I get tired. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, so as you can see, it doesn't take me long to start filling up jars here, okay? So, no regrets, people, no regrets. Like, the province is having a problem with acquiring wheat. Go figure, right? Hard red wheat for the animals because of what's going on, right? They, like I said, they stopped one shipment barge going to China that was full of wheat because all the granaries out here, well, not all of them, but a lot of them got wiped out, right? So the farmers out there are having a problem with feeding their animals because the wheat got destroyed. And so anyway, all right, I'll be doing wheat soon because I've got my, I'm glad I bought everything I bought, people, okay? No regrets. So, if you can, that's what I'm trying to say. Put this kind of stuff that's in a plastic, even these things, right? And in jars. Jars are the best. Now, because I'm going to be doing the hydroponics and the microgreens and all that other stuff, you know, it's starting to get hard to even find those kind of seeds. You can still find them, but you can't find everything. But if you look at this, these should grow, people. And I've already got 2 jars, and I can get 2 more in terms of the amount that I bought. Because if I was to go and try and find these for microgreens, last time I went shopping for seeds for microgreens, there were no mustard seeds, okay? But because I bought this bag when I did, people, I'm really hoping that they'll sprout. And they're tasty. I had 2 little seeds and nibbled on them. Oh, they're really nice and tasty. So even if they don't sprout, it will still be good for mustards and that kind of stuff. But when things come in like this, people, like, you can store them like this for a little while. But over long term, right, the plastic just begins to erode, right? So the more you can put things into jars, the better it is. Now, I need to get on with these cranberries. That's when I'm going to finish this video, is when I'm on with the cranberries, okay? I got a big box of cranberries. I don't know how many bags. I'm not going to be wasteful. I'm kind of tired, really not up for it, but I'm going to do it. And I know Amari would really enjoy them, and they'll be good for him. And I get to be creative with them, okay? I'm going to do them 2 different ways. I'll show you. So in the meantime, you know, I'm just using up jars. I'm going to have to buy more jars, people. I don't really want to, but I have to, because I've got 44 pounds of powder milk coming from Winnipeg. Okay? Just on the safe side. And plus I've got the 44 pounds that I got a while ago, which I should really be getting into and using, because there's only so much time for shelf stable, but I've got them in Auntie Shemay's room in a very cold place, covered up out of light. The lights in there are always off. So I would suspect they'll probably hold up for quite a while, okay? We'll just have to cross that bridge when we get to it. Not everything makes it when you do food storage, right? You know, oftentimes it's just a learning process, okay? I don't know where this water's coming from, people. I mean, look at this. That's not even full. I turned off the water. It's still dripping. This one drips from here. Like, where is this freaking water coming from? How am I missing it? It's all over my floor again. Okay, I don't think I'm doing cranberries today, people. We have the plumber coming back to the house. I had to turn off the water in the whole house, people, because of where it's eroded and leaking. So, it's raining outside. We know what happens with that. Tomorrow, my son and I, we're going to try and rig up something for the big storm coming, so that the water doesn't pool on the stairs from the garage. From the roof onto the stairs, into the garage, saturating the cement. Because we know that my house is shifting because of what's going on in the community with property development and ripping out of trees and all this other crap, and trees falling down on their own. And I got a lot of water problems. Okay, so I'm just going to finish this video. Alright. Alright. That's the carrots. Carrots with parsley and 2 jars of asparagus. And then we have the red potatoes and the 2 jars of red peppers. Okay, and there's our famous popcorn. Right. You can see. So, I'm trying to put this all away. I don't know where I'm going to put this stuff. This will go down, but this stuff, I don't know. Some of it long term, some of it not. Right? I don't have a dream kitchen. I have dream jars, but I don't have a dream kitchen. Anyway, what was I wanting to say? I don't know. I'm trying to work in the sewing room. I'm trying to get in there and clear off my sewing table. I want to get the boxes out in the mail, right? And Amari's growing. For as much flack as I get, people, he's growing, right? And he needs clothes. And I want to make him some little fleece little fleece sets, right? Little, you know, outfits, right? With fleece. They're warm and fuzzy, right? Pants and a little shirt or a hoodie or something. I don't know. I want to make them something. But after this, put this away for the most part. Well, I don't know. I will get ready to do cranberries. Let's put it this way. Probably tomorrow. Because I have to put this other stuff away first. And I've got laundry to do. And this to do. And the rains are here. And we got to put up some sort of a Mickey Mouse contraption to capture the rain so it can hopefully drain off down to the side of the house and not on the stairs. So that's kind of what we're going to maybe do today. And it sounds like it's raining. And then the big rains come on Tuesday, apparently, if they're not already here. So anyway, I just wanted to show you in memory of Pastor Granny. Yeah. I'll talk about that, but just not right now.